So the two words I want you to write down are orthotic, which is a supportive equipment made for a resident, such as a brace or a splint, and also prosthetic device. That's a device made to replace a missing body part. Prosthetic and orthotic device. So chapter 27 is on restorative activities. Restorative activities are activities done in a way to help a resident. Restorative activities can be anything done that helps restore a function. When I say restore a function, people have strokes or brain injuries and they lose the ability to dress themselves. So dressing themselves can be a restorative activity. People lose the ability to put their shoes on. People lose the ability to feed themselves, to brush their teeth. All of those things can be a restorative activity because you're trying to help restore a function, okay? So next page, I'm on page 492, helping the residents in the restorative process. When it comes to the restorative process, the restorative program has key elements. The key elements, you guys, that's backwards. The key elements. The restorative program have short and long-term goals. The restorative program is teaching and prompting. They use assistive devices, and it's also exercise and mobility. So it can be any of these things: short goals, long goals, teaching, prompting, assistive devices, and also exercise and mobility, okay? You can put in your regular notes, yeah. Now, short and long-term goals. Let me give you an example. So you have a resident who's had a brain injury and you're trying to help them regain their mobility. A short-term goal may be for Miss Smith to walk 8 feet to the bathroom. A long-term goal would be maybe 100 feet to the dining room. But when you set these goals, you want the goals to be attainable because you don't want the disappointment to set in. You want to actually be able to celebrate every milestone. So you want to set attainable goals, okay? Who do you guys think would set these goals for the patient? What department? Therapy. Very good. Therapy department is going to set these goals for the patient. Now, cueing, prompting, encouraging. What's cueing, prompting, and encouraging? What is that? Yeah. Cueing means that you prompt a resident to get them started. Let me give you an example. This is a good example. So restorative dining, right? Everybody pay attention. A while back, we had a table. It was a round table. It's made like a rainbow or a U. That table seated 4 people. So you would have Miss Smith, Miss Robinson, Miss Hall, and Miss Black. Right, and a restorative aide in the middle. Her job would be to cue, prompt, and encourage. She would say to Miss Hall, drink your milk. Then she would tell Miss Black, okay, eat some of your potatoes. All right, Miss Smith, you eat some broccoli. All right, Miss Robinson, wipe your mouth. She would just go around the table and cue them, encourage them to eat, prompt them. Because a lot of times when you have brain injuries, you forget to eat. You forget what you're supposed to do. But if I bring you to the dining room every day and I encourage you, I prompt you, and I cue you to eat, maybe 30 or 60 days of doing that, you're going to start to remember, right? That's the goal. So the patient can be more independent, and we can retrain that person by cueing, prompting, and explaining everything we want them to do, okay? Next page, assistive devices on page 494. So what are assistive devices? Absolutely. Write that down. Assistive devices are braces, walking devices, splints, trapeze bars. Small book. Walking devices, what kind of walking devices? Absolutely, a walker, a cane, any type of device that I want you to think of an assistive device like this because you may see the question. The question is going to ask you, what is an assistive device? Anything that assists a resident with a function, that's an assistive device. So does a cane assist? Yes. A walker assist? Okay, trapeze bars will hang above a bed. A lot of times people with great upper body strength, they can reach up, grab a trapeze bars and reposition themselves and actually assist you with whatever you're trying to do. Why you looked at me like that? You. If that service dog was in here, she'll better tell me what's going on.
She'll look at you and then she's looking at you, I'll be looking at you.
Yeah.
So you can go long times without the dog.
Say that again.
Yeah. People who have service dogs don't go anywhere without the dog. You been here for 9 hours without your service dog.
Because she's around the other dogs, she's perfectly fine.
Okay. So you got 2 service dogs.
She a dog with daycare?
No, she's not.
But if you want to say that, yeah.
The dogs taking care of each other.
Not really.
Okay.
Probably got the little automatic feeder.
Yeah. Automatic everything.
Pull up and show you what my dog doing.
Mm-mm. Because it might break your heart if you get to see what she's doing right now.
Oh, Lord.
So let's talk about assistive devices, you guys. So walkers are commonly, and canes are commonly used. They're very common, the most common. So now, remember how we talked about weak side and strong side? Y'all just had a test. Look in the book on 495. It says a resident may use a cane when they need less support than a walker. Now, a cane is used to support a weaker leg or by a resident with a slight balance problem. When used to support a weak leg, the resident is gonna hold a cane in the hand opposite of the weak leg. You kind of get what they're saying? They can't hold it on the weak side because it's weak, right? So what side are they gonna hold it on? The strong side, okay. Very good. Now, 2 types of cane the book talks about, a quad cane, a straight cane. A quad cane has a large or small base, usually with 3 or 4 prongs. Now, the straight cane is also just a cane or a J cane. This is the most typical cane, okay? Now, prosthetic devices. Hey!